Hey, it's Francia Raisa, and I'm in studio with the Hollywood Reporter.
So the second half of Grownish Season 2 premieres June 5th on Freeform, and it picks up right where we left off, where Zoey is about to find out about Anna, your character, and Aaron, her ex, that you guys are hooking up. So how can we expect her to react to that?
Well, kind of shocked the way that we kind of left her off. I don't think you really know how to react with something like that, like putting myself in her shoes, like hearing about a friend hooking up with someone that we used to hook up with. And even in the trailer, he was like, we've been like naked together. So it's just like a lot to take in. So I can imagine her feelings are all over the place and angry and confused because she's in a relationship. So why does she care? And I just, it just questions about her life.
Do you think Anna broke girl code by doing that? Because it is kind of complicated. Zoey's dating Luca now, but, she was with Aaron.
That's such a complicated question for me to answer because as an older woman, I'm like, that's not cool. But when you're younger, it's kind of normal. I guess that happened a little bit with some friends because think about it. When you're in school, that's who you see every single day. Mind you, there's so many guys around or people around, but it happens where it's like, hey, like I kind of like him, whatever. And I noticed it back in high school, and I didn't go to college, but it just was. It was a conversation and it was cool, but as you get older, it's not. So as an older woman, I'm like, yeah, she broke girl code. That wasn't okay. But I think being younger, one of my best friends, her best friend dated her ex. It was her freshman year was her sweetheart, and then sophomore year they were like together for a while. So back then I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but now I'm like that was wrong. So it kind of depends.
Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like a friend broke girl code? Or not really?
No, not really.
That's good.
Yeah, my friends and I have really different taste in men. And then
it always works out well that way.
Yeah, it worked out well. And now my boyfriend, they're like, he's hot. I'm like, I know, I got him fixed.
And he's mine.
And mine, and checkmate.
And on the show, what does now the future hold for Anna and Zoey's friendship?
Yeah. I'm glad they touched on this subject because friendship, I think you go through different stages of life. I think this just helps them grow in forgiveness and grace and understanding and communication. So I think there's going to be a lot of all of that in the future for them and just a little growth period for each one.
For Anna and Aaron, what can we expect for the future of their relationship?
A lot of fun.
Okay.
Like they've been having. And there's a little twist that happens towards the end of the season, a little twist that I'm curious to see how the audience reacts to it. But I, as an artist, had a lot of fun bringing this to the table.
It's very exciting, a little tease of what's to come.
I'm trying not to give away too much.
And now for Zoey, she can kind of be sometimes immature and selfish, even with Anna trying to tell her about her relationship with Aaron.
Right.
She kept on trying to tell her, but Zoey was kind of so in her own world with the academic probation thing and everything going on.
Yeah.
She didn't even hear it.
Well, Zoey's always in her own world. It's her world and Luca's world, which is funny because with her friends, it's like Zoey, Zoey, Zoey. But when it comes to Luca, it's very much what Luca wants and what Luca needs. And if he wants to be vegan, okay, I'm vegan too. If I want to watch this movie, okay, I'll watch this movie too. So I think she's really definitely learning balance. And I think with this situation that happens between her friendship with Anna, it's definitely going to help her center herself a little bit and kind of realize a lot.
And how do you think Anna will evolve and change this season?
Wow. Anna put herself in a situation. She definitely did. I really wanted her to loosen up this second season because I felt like she was so uptight first season. And I think she loosened up a little too much.
That happens in college. You know what I mean? You're like out here living your life,
Listen,
figuring out who you are.
Yeah, and you got to do it when you're young. So I'm glad that it happened to her at a young age and, just not in the real world because there's more consequences in the real world. So I think she's definitely going to learn a lot of balance.
And the show definitely touches on that. These young kids in college figuring out who they are and growing up. When you look back at yourself when you were 19 or 20, what's something you know now that you wish you would have known then?
It's not the end of the world. I mean, I'm queen of my life is over. I'm never going to come back from this. And, I'm still alive. Things are forgotten. And I think one of the things that I have to even remember is, sometimes I run into people that I knew when I was 19 or 20. And I haven't seen them since. and I feel like I'm that age again when I see them, and I'm trying to justify my actions or speak as I'm still 19 or 20. I'm like, I'm not that person. So it's okay. It's part of growing up. It's part of growing stages. You learn. You're not the same person. You don't have to act like the same person when you run into them just because that's how they knew you. And that's been a challenge that I've been kind of enduring. So I think I would tell her, it's not that serious. It's okay. Everyone will forget. Move on.
And you've opened up in other interviews about kind of growing and evolving, becoming more confident with age and coming into your own in Hollywood. How do you feel like you did that?
A lot of therapy, a lot of church. I'm very open about therapy, and I was depressed and I was going crazy. I just felt like I was really trying to meet everyone else's expectation of me, so I didn't know what my own was, and I was trying so hard to make it in this entertainment industry that I was just trying to see what worked. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I was crying all the time. I was depressed. My friends had an intervention. My acting coach said, I need you to go to therapy or I'm not going to coach you. So I had to get some serious help. And I just started learning to say that's not my voice. Even if I sometimes don't understand what that means, I know that doesn't feel right. So I'm going to say no. And, I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, someone says okay, or I don't agree. Okay, well, it's not me. So it's still a challenge, and it's hard. And the person that I was when I turned 30 is not who I'm becoming as I'm going to 31. So it gets confusing because I'm like, okay, do I still like these things? Am I still like that, or what's going on? But it's just part of growing. I've just learned to accept it. And something my therapist said is nothing in life is fair, nothing is logical, and once you accept that, you'll understand freedom.
And you've also opened up about being a Latina in Hollywood and how when you were younger you used to feel kind of pressured to fit a certain stereotype or look or act a certain way. How did you overcome that, and what was the turning point for you where you decided, I'm not going to care about that ideology anymore of like trying to fit into a certain mold and I'm just going to be me?
I think the same situation was I was in therapy and I was trying to figure myself out. Again, I was really trying to make it, and whatever worked for whoever, became the big hit at the time. Like, I always refer to Sofia Vergara because when Modern Family came out, like, it blew up. And I've known Sofia since she was, like, doing novelas. And so all of a sudden, it was, okay, you need to wear a tight dress, you need to get an accent, you need to be loud. And I'm like, guys, that's a character she's playing. Also, like, if that's her, that's her. Like, I can't pretend to be that. I don't have an accent. I lost it when I was little. This is me. So I did feed into it for a little bit, and then as I started getting to learn myself a little more, I realized I don't want to dress that way, and I don't want to be loud. And honestly, a lot of women coming out and just speaking their truth has made me become a little more brave in talking about myself and wanting to really be myself, to kind of encourage other people, because it's hard right now with social media and television and people being more outspoken, and it's hard. I can see even myself. I look at J-Lo, I'm like, I wish I was you, but it's not
It's
healthy.
like you got to own who you are.
It's not healthy. You got to own who you are. You really do. So, again, therapy.
Well, and speaking of speaking your truth, just recently on Twitter, you wrote an open letter to Constance Wu.
Yeah.
And about how she was upset about her show getting renewed because then she didn't get to do another project. What inspired you to write that, and why did you feel it was important to do that?
It sucks when you can't do a job. And I just kind of wanted to put a bit of perspective out there. I've been in that situation where I couldn't do something, and it could have changed my life, or it could have put me in a level that I'm not at, right, or I want in the industry. And I just wanted to put a little perspective out there, because that's something I had to tell myself. Like, you know what? Maybe this went to someone that actually needed it. So, and I really wanted her to, look at the glass half full rather than half empty. Like, okay, that didn't work out, but
it's an opportunity for someone else. And that even goes back to, like being a Latina in Hollywood and speaking up for minority women. It's like you want to give everybody an opportunity.
She's done so much. The fact that Crazy Rich Asians worked meant so much for all of us. The fact that Little is working means so much. The fact that Gina Rodriguez is doing what she's doing means so much, because it's opening so many doors. I just wanted to put that into perspective for her. And, I was going back and forth. I don't even know if she saw it, but I just wanted to just say, hey, this is what you did for me, so this sucks, but, thank you.
And now also on Freeform, you were in Life Size 2
Yes.
with Tyra Banks, and she is receiving tons of praise right now for her new Sports Illustrated cover, for speaking out about body positivity and self-love. Have you seen that? What was your reaction to that?
I loved her cover and everything about it so much because that's who I know. That is who I know. When we shot Life Size 2, I kid you not, I brought a huge suitcase because like I have to like dress nice and I have to have my fashion game up, and she was so chill. She brought a carry-on. We were there for over a month with 3 dresses and she rotated them. She was eating. She's like, girl, I love food. We went to the spa and we were in the hot tub, and she was just like so like chill. So when that came about and she was speaking about the way that her body is transforming and everything, I was like, that's who I know. And it was really nice for me to see that because I've always admired her my whole life, basically.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens the rest of the season on Grownish and how Anna evolves and what happens with Anna and Aaron. So thank you so much for...
Me too. I haven't seen it. I don't remember, but thanks.